Good evening and welcome to the 72nd anniversary of Sri Lanka's independence. Well, ladies and gents, it's been a big year for both Sri Lanka and Australia. Sri Lanka has a new president, His Excellency Gotabaya Rajapaksa, and the diplomatic relationships between the two countries have strengthened. But we can't shy away from the tragic events of the Easter bombings that resulted in the loss of innocent lives. In Australia, we're acutely aware of the tragedy that's unfolded in the bushfires, and the loss of land and lives, including millions of wildlife. So, ladies and gents, at this moment, we pay our respects and we observe a minute's silence for those who've lost their lives in these tragic events, and also we remember the lives of those who've sacrificed themselves for the sake of their nations, both here in Australia and in Sri Lanka. I'd now like to welcome Mr. Vijay Karunasena, Mr. Frank Rajakulendran and Dr. Fahmi Hanifa onto the stage to deliver the formal welcome for the event.
Melbourne hi Sri Lanka Consul Karale Saha Melbourne hi Sri Lankika Prajawa Ekwa Samvidhane Karun Labu Sri Lankawe 72 වෙනි ජාතික නිදහස් උළෙලට සහභාගී වීම සඳහා පැමිණි ඔබ සැම මා ඉතාමත් සාදරයෙන් පිළිගන්නවා. ඔබ දන්නා පරිදි අපගේ මාතෘ භූමිය ඒ කියන්නේ අපගේ ජන්ම භූමිය වන ශ්‍රී ලංකාව 1948 පෙබරවාරි 4 වෙනිදා නිදහස දිනා ගත්තා. එදා පටන් සෑම වර්ෂයකම අප ඒ නිදහස් දිනය සමරනවා. අද අපි අපේ නිදහස සමරද්දී එදා අපේ මුතුන් මිත්තන් නිදහස වෙනුවෙන් සටන් කිරීම නිසා විඳි අපමණ දුක් වේදනා සහ ඔවුන් හෙළූ රුධිරය අපට අමතක කරන්න බෑ. අප ඒ මෙනෙහි කළ යුතුයි.
சகோதர சகோதரிகளே, வெவ்வேறு குடியேற்ற ஆட்சியாளர்கள் கட்டவிழ்த்துவிட்ட அடிமைத்தனம், ஒடுக்குமுறை, கொடுமை ஆகியவற்றிற்கு எதிராக ஸ்ரீலங்காவின் மக்கள் மிக தீவிரமான போராட்டங்களை நடத்தியுள்ளனர்.
Sri Lanka has gained independence on 4th of January 1948 after centuries of colonial rule. Since then, we have celebrated it every year. However, it is generally considered that Sri Lanka's independence in 1948 was a bloodless one, and therefore it cannot be cherished much.
And we call to light the oil lamp Honourable Pauline Richards MP, State Member for Cranbourne, Honourable Bernie Finn MP, State Member for the Western Metropolitan Region, Professor David de Kretser, former Governor of Victoria, Mr. Ernesto Antonio Duanas Atsuchena, I hope I pronounced that correctly, Dean of the Consular Corps, Councillor Beverly Pinder, City of Melbourne, Councillor Bill Bennett, Whitehorse City Council, Ms. Vivian Nguyen, Ms. Marion Lau, Mr. Thelmore Lenguela, former Speaker of the Legislative Assembly, Mr. Jude Pereira, former MP, Ms. Liz Beattie, former MP, Mr. Kazyad Namdarian, Executive Officer, North East Asia Division of the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade, Mr. Bandha Disanaike, former Honorary Consul of Sri Lanka, Mr. Sanjeeva Jayathilaka, Manager of Sri Lankan Airlines. Please put your hands together and welcome Kapila Fonseca, our Consul General.
It is with great pleasure that I warmly welcome you all to this ceremony to mark the 72nd anniversary of Sri Lanka's independence. 72 years have passed since Sri Lanka gained independence. In other words, almost an entire lifetime has passed. I believe we, the Sri Lankans, need to reflect upon the past 72 years seriously, for it was after a long loss of freedom and dignity that we gained independence in 1948. You would wonder how the Sri Lankan community in Victoria or Australia would be an example for Sri Lanka's future. It is because the time of complaining of brain drain is going to be over. The best brains of Sri Lanka, wherever in the world they are, will be again an asset for Sri Lanka. Why? Because they could be bridges of new knowledge, wisdom, and technical know-how for Sri Lanka. The sheer commitment of the Sri Lankan academics in Victoria, for example, many initiatives that they have undertaken along with the Australian colleagues to support Sri Lankan universities, institutions, etc., vouch for this. There are hundreds of Sri Lankan associations formed here just to support Sri Lanka.
The dance invokes blessings for the peace, happiness and prosperity to the nation and its people. The dance will be performed by the talented dancers of Rangana Udumbara Dance Troupe. Welcomed His Excellency Gotabaya Rajapaksa to the presidency. He has a message for all of you and it will be read in Sinhala, Tamil and English.
I thank you for entrusting me with the task of overcoming the challenges our country faces and leading our motherland towards peace and prosperity. This journey is being undertaken under the guidance of a prudent leader, Mr. Mahinda Rajapaksa.
The graceful dancers you're about to meet have all been trained under the mentorship of Amma Sirivardhana. Now, next, ladies and gentlemen, another dance, this time a dance performance from Pravaha Dancing Foundation. The dance is called Shiva Dandavam and is performed by the talented Rashan Samsel. Please welcome the very talented dancers of Vishwa Rangayatane, choreographed by their teacher Rashika Kulasinghe. So tonight we are delighted to recognise amongst the state's elite some very talented Sri Lankan high achievers or overachievers. This year we are not noting the actual score because, as we all know, it's not about the number, it's the effort that goes behind achieving that. Please get Pauline Richards, MP, to come forward to present the first award. The first recipient of the VC High Achiever Award is Kipni Damagir. And our recipient is Gunya Haputantrige. For the next award, I welcome Professor David de Kretzer to come to the stage. The next award goes to Imashi Iddevele. I'd like to call Professor Duncan Bentley from the University of Swinburne to come to the stage to present the next award. And the recipient of the award is Dharani Senaviratna. To present the next award, I welcome Professor Brian Mendes from the University of Melbourne. And the recipient of this award is Lakni Veerasekara. Can I please get Professor Saman Halgamuge from the University of Melbourne to come forward to present this next award? And the recipient of this award is Netum Devendra. Please invite Professor Marlin Premaratna from Monash University to come forward to present this next award. And the recipient of the award is Ranudi Das. The next recipient is Kulasekara M. Chanit Vijayratna. For this next award, we welcome Professor Thissa Vijayratna, a very proud dad right now, to present this next award to Pamali Ratnara Hevage. I welcome Dr. Lakmika Pereira from Deakin University to come forward. The recipient of this award is Kushal Vijay Singha. The high scorer for Sinhala is Dona Bhavanti Idusha Vijay Singha. David de Kretzer to come forward again to present the award for the top scorer for the Tamil language. And that top scorer is Priyanka Gengasuthan. Thank you all, and please give another round of applause for our VC 2019 High Achievers and their parents. Well, ladies and gents, our final performance this evening is Mal Bali Upatha, a classic ritual dating back to the 15th century. It's performed in praise of goddess Padini to pay tribute to all mothers for their sacrifices. Choreographed by Chalanka Atalage, please welcome the dancers of Thala Asapur Sri Lankan Dance Academy of Victoria. Coming to a close, To give the vote of thanks, I'd now like to welcome none other than Consul Diana Pereira.
I also like to thank the staff of the Consulate General of Sri Lanka in Melbourne for their invaluable support given to make this event a success. Last but not the least, all the attendees of today's event. Thank you all for taking your time to come to Box Hill Town Hall and participating in the celebration of 72nd anniversary of independence of Sri Lanka.